there, fellow thirsty travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Bogota, Colombia. And today we're going to talk about are the drinks you should have when you come here to Colombia. And I'll be honest with you, you have a plethora of options when it comes to juices. Because honestly, the fruits here in Colombia are fantastic. And there's fruits you've never even heard of, you've never seen before, that make fantastic juices. So the first thing you need to drink when you do come here are the juices. You go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, you go to a cafe, they're going to have juices on offer. So you can get all kinds of different fruits. So, you know, if you want passion fruit, if you want apple, if you want pineapple, you want all these fruits you already know. But then there's fruits like lulo. And lulo, for me, lulo juice is one of the best. It looks like an orange. You'll see it on the streets. People literally sell it on the streets where they squeeze it for you. It looks like a kind of orangish green orange, but inside it's more of a translucent looking kind of fruit. But my God, it is so good. So that's one thing I will get, even at my bar, my hotel. I'll have them make me a lulo juice. You can't go wrong. And so whether you're on the street, whether you're going to the markets, whether you're going to places, juices are a thing. The fruit juices, you can't go wrong for.
Can't beat a coconut.
I'll be honest with you, what's probably most famous from Colombia is coffee. And yes, you can drink coffee when you're here. It's called tinto. And you'll see people like here in Bogota, there'll be ladies walking around with thermoses selling tinto. But I will warn you, if you're expecting some fantastic coffee here, you have to realize that they grow the coffee beans here. They get roasted somewhere else. So it's not really the best coffee ever, which surprises you. You're like, what about this? Let me down. No, just know that you will drink a lot of coffee here, but it won't be as wow as you think it will be, being that this is the home of coffee. Now, another really Colombian drink you want to have is chocolate con queso, which is hot chocolate with cheese in it. Now, what you realize is they're going to bring you hot chocolate, and if you don't want the cheese, it's fine, because the hot chocolate here, very good. Good cocoa here, good chocolates here. But you have your hot chocolate, and you have this white cheese with it, and you rip up that white cheese, and you drop it in, and it melts in the hot chocolate. So you drink the hot chocolate, eat the cheese. It is something you really should have. And if you're here in Bogota, it's really good, because it gets chilly here. Like, I've got layers on today. If you're in Cartagena on the coast someplace, you might not want it as much because it's so hot there, but it is something you should have. And I think another really important drink, going back to that lulo fruit, is a lulada. And lulada is basically the lulo fruit, you know, it's juiced, then lime juice, sugar in there. It is, you know, they'll stir it up and froth it up a bit. Oh my gosh, that's one of those things you can get in a lot of places around the city and around the country. It is really good. That's why I'm a lulo guy. I need a shirt that says lulo on there, because it's one of those drinks you should really have. Now, another juice kind of thing, which I put separate because it's not the same as the jugos, the juices, is limonada. Limonada is limeade, not lemonade, it's limeade. Lime juice comes a lot here in Colombia, okay? So you're going to have lime juice based things, but limonada is just limeade, and it will be bitter or not super sweet. Just heads up for that one. So you might want to put sugar in if you want. It will be on the table, so you can have that. But there's a limonada you should get. If you see it, limonada de coco, which is made with coconut milk. Yes, it makes it a little bit richer, so it's like, huh, this is nice. And I like it actually better, limonada de coco, better than just plain limonada. But that's one of those things you'll see. And if you got kids who are coming here, we brought our son, our youngest son with us here. You know, he's drinking that all over the place, getting fruit juices everywhere, the limonada everywhere, the lulada everywhere. I mean, you're going to have these. You have that option, okay?
Jocelyn trying the limonada de coco.
That's pretty good. It's sweet. It's got a little zing because of the lime. I'm going to have brain freeze.
Thumbs up. There's your limonada de coco.
Now, there's another fruit flavor concoction that really looks like a fruit cocktail with condensed milk, and that's Cholao. And Cholao, literally, when it comes, you really think it's like they put like passion fruit and other fruits in there and chopped it all up and put it in with condensed milk. And sometimes they put it with ice cream too. Like Liam had one with ice cream in it too, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's like a dessert drink. You can get that, but Cholao, well worth getting when you are here. Now, some other like non-alcoholic drinks you might want to check out when you're here. It's like, yes, they have the international sodas here, but they have local sodas. You have Colombian soda, which is basically more of an herb flavored soda. Works well with some mixed drinks I'll talk about later. You also have a soda called Postobon, which is basically all kinds of different fruit flavored ones. I've seen apple, I've seen uva, which is grape, you know, I've seen a few pineapple, I've seen a few other fruity flavored ones. That's really good, and it definitely has much more of a fresher flavor, which is why it tastes so good when you're in like the hotter place like Cartagena and stuff. It really pays off. So getting the local sodas, you'll be fine. Now, since I'm talking about the local sodas, I should mention another local drink, but I got to mention something else first. That is aguardiente. Aguardiente is the spirit, the alcohol of Colombia. Like, don't be surprised if someone offers you a shot. And no, you do not turn it down, okay? It's a clear liquor. You'll see it around. I mean, it's got some kick to it. Just be aware of that. But they might mix it with things. And probably the most popular mixed version of something with aguardiente is Refajo. Refajo, it's basically that Colombiana soda, right? Mixed with beer. And then, boom, pour some aguardiente in there as well. You have that. I recommend getting it so you can share, because you have to put the soda and the beer and the aguardiente together. So it's easier to kind of share it with people. So you can have that in a big old pitcher if you like. And the thing is that Colombiana soda really kills the flavor, or like the bite of the aguardiente. So if you want to have it and do it that way, it's a nice way to kind of experiment with it first. And yes, when you're going around the country, another popular liquor is rum. And the bars around town, you'll get vodka drinks. I mean, rum drinks. You'll get all kinds of gin drinks. I mean, you will have good cocktails when you're here, whether you're doing more like the tropical cocktails when they're on the coast, or when you're here. Over here in Bogota, there's a lot of cocktail bars. You can do that. So you do have a lot of option when it comes to alcohol things. There are local beers you can get when you are here. Probably the two you'll see the most. One is Aguila. That's more of a lighter beer. And then you have Club Colombia, which has a few different versions. There's a red. There's a gold. I like the gold with dorada. That's what I like. So you have that. Poker's another beer I saw a lot around here in Bogota that was pretty good. But as my buddy told me, that's more of an afternoon drinking beer. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So you do have local beers you can have when you're here. Now, sugar comes in a lot. And actually, Panela, which is sugarcane stuff, basically comes in a lot of the drinks as sweeteners. And one of the things you might want to try is agua panela, which is basically water and sugarcane. So you can have that. You have a hot or cold, depending where you are and how you feel. But yes, that is another one of those drinks you should try when you're here. But if you want something beer-esque that's very much Colombia, you'll have chicha. And chicha, what it is basically corn beer. They ferment corn and you drink it. Now, the thing is, if you go to Peru and other places, you might have saw like the corn beer, and it's kind of like a blander flavor. Here, with all those fruits, they actually mix it with the chicha. So you can get blackberry chicha, you could get lulo chicha, you get maracuya, passion fruit chicha, all kinds from out there. And you go to bars and order it. And it can be an acquired taste, and it can, as Jocelyn said, it got a little acidic for her. So she likes it at first, which is nice. And if you go to different parts, you'll see people literally selling it out of bottles, and you'll see people on the street like selling it and drinking it and stuff. So you can have that, but it is an acquired taste, and I'll let Jocelyn talk about her post-first chicha feels.
Chicha. Oh God, that's good. It's zingy, right? Yeah. Like, kind of makes me pucker. So after this much, no. Like, this would be great if it was served in like a shot glass and I sip the shot glass. It's really acidic and tart, which I usually really like, but I feel like it's kind of...
You, Sandra, you still like it though?
I still like it. I think Jocelyn just needs to practice.
So you see, it depends on how you like it when you get your chicha. I do recommend getting it at a bar versus on the streets, but you can do either way. It's up to you. Another non-alcoholic drink you can have is Avena Colombiana, which is basically like an oat milk shake. It's basically, you have oats, you have sugar, you have cinnamon, you have cloves on there. And that's really kind of a more richer thing. Like when I drank it, it was more like, oh, I'm drinking not liquid oatmeal. It tasted good, but it was much more thicker. Like I felt like I drank something, right? It's like it filled up my tummy. So that was nice. And the thing is, I know when you're traveling around countries, you always want to know, like, can I drink the water? So the big cities here, yes, you can drink the water. Okay, that's okay. But you might not like the taste, so you can always get bottled water all over the place. That's not a problem. If you are in rural areas, or, along the coast and stuff, I would do bottled water there. But in your big cities like Bogota, there's no problem with the tap water. I mean, your stomach might need some time to adjust, but it's not like you're going to have, like, really, really bad times, let's say. Or you shouldn't, at least. So that's good. So another drink I think I should mention is when you're up here in the higher elevations, you're going to hear about Cholao. And Cholao, you might get it, actually, if it's Christmas time, you're coming around, it'll be a lot of places. But basically what it is, that aguardiente, that spirit with hot water and sugar cane melted into it, is basically a warm, sugary, alcoholic drink. You can have that when you're here. And it does actually help you warm up. Like if you're here and you're going up to Montserrat and it's like one of those colder days, cooler days like today, I might grab one of those when I'm up there just to feel a little bit warmer when I'm here, okay? And then if you're here at Christmas time, sabajón is another, basically like an eggnog kind of thing, because yes, it has egg yolks in it, whole milk, condensed milk. See, the condensed milk comes in again. Sugar, of course, vanilla. I mean, it's really nice, but it was definitely a Christmassy thing, so it's not one you're going to really see very often, so that's why it's kind of here near the end of the list. So something to kind of think about. But when you're going around Colombia, I will say is that you're going to be in the elevations. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Drink those juices. Drink the water. Get whatever. But stay hydrated to keep it for the altitude sickness. But also because all the walking, all the UV, it really does make you feel better. And the thing is, with all those fantastic juices here, it won't be a problem. And those fantastic adult beverages as well. So what are some of the Colombian drinks that we missed? Let us know in the comments below, because we can't talk about everything. But honestly, what fruit juice would you love to try when you're here in Colombia? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll say adios from here in Bogota, Colombia.